Hey guys, this is Amber back with our our May episode of Figuring It Out. Today I'm joined by my friend Bre Hawkins. She's going to introduce herself a little bit and then we'll get into it. So here you go, Bre.
Hello, everyone. Hey, everyone. My name is Bre. I'm really excited to be here. I'm sort of an artist. I do visual art, music, anything I can get my hands on, really.
About yourself?
I graduated from Ohio State a few years ago. Now I'm bouncing around trying to figure out how to make art while also making money, which is the
struggle.
Yeah, a tale as old as time. But I think I'm on my way. I think I'm building something long lasting.
I think that's all we can ask for is to be on our way. So you were telling me a bit about how you're figuring out where you want to go. Right now you're in Cleveland. You're doing fun stuff on the side of like work. And you're doing rug tufting. Like, oh yeah, that's fun. How did you get into that?
Man, I don't know. I started seeing a bunch of videos on Instagram, and I was like,
oh, the targeted content and ads. Yes,
and now it's like my full explore page is just rugs, but
when we love it, we love
it. I can't watch any type of ASMR except for like rug cleaning videos. And then I saw that like I could make my own. I don't know, it's like a weird, like, it's not just a fascination, but it's like an obsession. Like, I would go to IKEA and like feel the rugs. Like, no one has ever validated that for me, but I was like, let's go, let's do it.
Wait, I want to see some of these rugs too.
Yeah, it's on my Instagram at breezy.mix.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, I have a few on there here.
Okay, let me see. How long have you been doing rug tufting?
Only since like January, I feel.
Wow.
But they've been getting better.
Beautiful.
Like,
no, yeah.
I decided to just like start posting whatever I was making just to show the journey, I guess, to show like how bad it was in the beginning.
I don't think they're bad.
I mean, that one
is so
I
cool.
can't say anything bad about that
no,
one.
Yeah. What do you mean bad?
This
or this rug. One, they're so beautiful.
What is that one?
Okay, you guys can't see, but they're like super colorful. They have all these fun like abstract shapes, like lots of lines.
Yeah, that's my baby right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
damn.
It's really satisfying. Like, I've never like really gotten into like stuff that's, I don't know,
like craft stuff.
Like, you work with your hands for like hours and hours on end, and like, I don't know, I just been into maybe like drawing or like painting or like music stuff that is like instant gratification, but this is like,
you feel like that other stuff is instant gratification?
well, when you're making music, you can
hear what's going on.
Yeah, you can hear yourself hitting the notes. You can hear like new things being created every second, but I don't know, it just feels like a long process for some reason, because it's physical. It's a little bit more physical than the other stuff, but it's so fun to like, you make it from the ground up, and like literally. I'll be at the craft store getting my yarn, matching my colors, making my little palette. I feel like a designer or something.
You are a designer.
Yeah, I didn't know I could have all these titles if I just like decide to do something and do it. Yeah, so it's been fun. I don't want to stop anytime soon.
I don't think you should. I low-key want, I mean, we'll talk about pricing. But that, like, a big splatter one was so cool. Yeah.
I got you. We'll talk.
Yeah. Well, okay, so how do you come up with your design?
I have my lookbook on Instagram of what other people are making, or like sometimes I'll just see a pattern out in the world and I'm like, oh, that would make a cool rug. If I can like make it more vibrant, or like, I don't know. It's really just whatever's satisfying to me. It's like, okay, I'll make this. If people want it, they want it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I've been like, I don't know, doing like straight up commissions where like it's like
People ask for a thing.
like people hear that I like draw in general and then they want me to draw something like random. Like I've never been good with like the pressure of that, like making like a portrait for someone. But if I can just make whatever I want and then let the people come to me, like that's stress free. I think I might have did something with this one.
No, you did.
But, yeah.
And like you should share it more. I didn't even when I invited you, I thought we were gonna talk about music. I didn't know you were doing rug tufting.
Man, yeah.
And they look so good for you to have started 4 months ago.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
If it was at the beginning
of no time.
Yeah, no time.
Yeah. I like change with the seasons for like whatever art I'm obsessed with. Like hopefully whenever I take a break from the rug stuff, I come back to it at some point. But yeah, music is my baby since I was a preteen. But
I also didn't know you had been doing music that long.
really?
Yeah. It was just like one day I saw that you sang and everyone was like, oh yeah, Bre sings.
Oh my gosh, it's my brand.
Yeah, you and the ukulele.
Oh yeah,
So
ukulele queen. That is my thing. I still got that like on my resume that I was president of ukulele club.
I love it.
Yeah, it's like it's my my niche.
Do you ever bust out your ukulele anymore? No.
No, it's not. It was like an era.
Oh, okay.
I like have it hanging on my wall, but that's about it. But yeah, I started in orchestra in like the 4th grade.
What did you play?
Violin.
Did I know that?
Maybe. Did you play violin?
Oh, hell no. I did not play violin.
No.
I tried the string bass for like a month and I was like, oh, this is too
Ooh.
big. No, it was horrible. I couldn't practice because I couldn't hold it.
Exactly. Like, what are you going to take that thing home and back to
I
school
did take it.
every day?
It was bigger than me.
Man,
Yeah.
the main deterrent is like carrying it. I think that's why I stopped, because like I had to carry my soccer bag and my book bag and the violin.
And if the violin breaks, that's dangerous.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. No, we had a payment installment plan on that thing.
That's even worse.
Yeah, too much responsibility. But yeah, that's how I learned to like read music and to like be able to like pick up on like everything, like all those fundamentals, learning from like 4th grade to 8th grade. Like I stayed with it kind of for a long time, but like that helps me pick up like all my new instruments, whatever I want to learn each year. I'm good because of orchestra.
We love the adventure.
Yeah.
Just trying new things, going after new things. So how do you like decide what new thing you're gonna go after? Is there any rhyme or reason?
Unfortunately, it's whatever I think looks cool. I'm like, I think I want to be a drummer. Like that'd be really.
It is really cool.
Yeah. Like that'd be hot. Like that would be a whole different person.
And a whole different person. I feel like it would just be another iteration of the Bre that I see before me.
That's fair.
You already have the look.
That's how it ends up. But I'd be imagining like a whole different life. But yeah, I think like every year, like around my birthday, like in the summer, I'll be like, time to learn something else. But I think I have like every instrument now. The drums did not work because I didn't have like a space to like plan.
Kids are huge. But yeah,
one of the girls in my band, quote unquote band, has a set, so I've been like banging on that. But yeah, I don't think I have rhyme or reason beyond that. Maybe like if I think
that's a good enough reason.
Yeah.
Like I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
I tried it. Yeah.
I'm like, been there, done that. But also like if I'm making music and I feel like my songs aren't full enough and I'm like, dang, I probably need a bass on this.
Oh,
time to learn bass. So I like compulsively bought like a used bass. I walked in the store, I was like, what's the cheapest one you have? And then I try to start learning bass. So that's my instrument right now.
How's that going?
It's going good. It's like really fun. Now I'm a bassist. Now that's my cool.
I was gonna say, is that your
lifestyle?
instrument in the band?
Yeah. That's my. They needed a bassist, so like, and I had only been playing for like, literally like 3 weeks or something, and they're like, "You're in." I'm like, "Okay." Like, how good is this band gonna be? But they're cool. They're talented and everything.
Well, and if you put the time in, I mean, you grow. Everybody's always growing.
Yeah,
so.
that's the thing. I was like, people really eager to learn whatever instrument even if they had just picked it up. So, pretty compatible. But yeah,
that's awesome. Wow, I love this. Okay, so you have to tell me the full list of instruments that you are currently working on.
Oh shoot. Okay.
We know the ukulele. We know the violin. Now we know the bass.
Yeah,
you really like strings.
Yeah, that's like, I've never done like, what is it, woodwind, brass. I got asthma. It's not for me. But my longest running one is guitar. Like, that was my first thing when I was 13.
Oh, I feel like maybe I knew you played the guitar.
Yeah.
And you could say drums, like if you bang around on them, you're learning them.
I could carry, I got one beat that I play.
Oh, nice.
I could do some fills. So yeah, drums, keyboard, classic, bass, ukulele. Yeah, all those.
Okay, so a nice long running list.
Yeah.
And the vocals, yes, are an instrument indeed.
Can't forget. That's my main one, but...
A beautiful voice.
Oh, thank you.
It's true.
Yeah, that's the list.
Okay, so do you do this, like, it looks cool, and then I spend a bunch of time with it with only, like, crafts and instruments, or is it also with other stuff in your life?
Oh. I mean, maybe. I think it has to appear, like, to be a really like satisfying or like cathartic thing in order for me to like go beyond the like it looks cool part of it, I guess. Like, what else? I guess I've done that with like sports or whatever, or skateboarding. I forgot about that one.
Yes, okay. So am I confused, or did you start skateboarding in the pandemic?
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
Okay.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only had like, I had a longboard, I had roller skates, and they had like the skate date thing, and I was like, okay, let me just show up, let me pull up with my little longboard, and it was like such a cool like community atmosphere or whatever of queer people, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll buy a skateboard. Well,
I was gonna say, can you do tricks on longboards?
Not me. Somebody can. You can like spin around and dance and stuff, but no, I wanted to be on the ramps doing.
Oh, that's scary
like,
to me.
And
in the
really
bowl,
is.
like, oh no. Oh, have you done it?
I'm still an amateur. I've been in the bowl, but not.
But you haven't fallen off, like you've
that.
Gone and you. I mean, even if you have fallen off, that's
falling.
Still...
It's like 1 out of every 10 times you go without.
You know what? Falling. Getting in there and falling is better than me, because I just won't do it.
So. It's like, it's scary for a reason. Like, it actually is dangerous. Like,
and other people coming too. Like, too much.
I fell over a pebble last summer. Like, that's the thing. I was at like an outdoor skate park riding on like cement, and when I do that, I don't do any tricks. Like, I'm just there to roll, like,
to not fall and bust my ass.
And I like there was a pebble,
and those wheels are not big enough to just roll over.
The wheels are hard, and I fractured my wrist a little bit. Well, I assume I wasn't gonna go to the ER for that.
That's even worse, Bre.
And so I haven't like skated in a while, but I think I'm gonna go skate tonight. But
wait, but also, how do you just leave a fractured wrist when you are an instrumentalist? Like, you play things that require your hands. You draw, you tuft.
I work all day on my little keyboard too.
Right, like, that's asking for trouble.
I didn't know that I fractured it. I was like, oh, I'm just sore. And then I was like, it's been like 3 weeks. Like,
that's when you go to a doctor.
Man, I don't know. I was not raised to go to the doctor.
Well, is it still hurting?
Oh, no.
Oh,
We're good. I wish. I definitely should have gone to the doctor. Like,
Well, if you made it through, just
Man,
count
next
your
time I
blessings.
will. Don't worry.
Yes, please.
But yeah, that's the skateboarding. That's the life. It's just like a risk you have to accept.
That's true, which is why I don't do it.
Yeah.
It's very hardcore.
My pandemic hobby. I don't want to ever stop, but like, it's hard to like continuously do.
Why?
I don't like you were saying, it's hardcore. Like it takes a lot out of you, and it's like the ratio of like successes and failures when you're like trying those tricks is like wild. Like you fail more often than anything, or at least I do.
And when you fail, you feel it on your body.
Yeah. So it's like, if it puts you in a bad like mood or something because you're having an off day, it's like that wasn't really the outlet that I needed for that day. But it still feels like super liberating to be on wheels and to like
feel the wind through your hair.
Yeah, to fly a little bit. I'm obsessed with anything that makes me feel like I'm flying. Like, if I ever get a house, I'm gonna have a couple swing sets.
I was gonna ask what else makes you feel like you're flying.
Oh yeah, I guess skateboarding, roller skating. I was trying to get like really good at that before the pandemic.
There's still time.
Yeah.
Have you given up on it?
No, but yeah. It's hard to like to bring myself there and like I don't know, to try to get better in front of people. Yeah. Like that's tough, but I'll do it eventually. Maybe I'll bring my mom with me. But let's see, skating, being on the swings, roller coasters, I guess that's an easy one.
Oh, roller coasters are awesome, but I also feel like every time I'm strapped in, like right before they take off, I say a prayer.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like
every single time.
Like, yeah, okay. I don't know if it's as liberating until like after.
When you're done and you can say, I made it. Yeah.
The whole thing is like me like doing an inner monologue, like, hey, like, Bre, you're gonna be fine. Like, it's whatever. Like,
everybody does this.
I'm not talking to the people that I'm in line with. I'm just talking to myself, trying to get through it. So yeah, maybe I'll take that off the list. But yeah, anything when I'm on wheels, really. When I'm in the car, windows down, like I'm flying. But yeah, I think those are my main ones.
That's true. I also love the idea of like, I mean, I've never expressed that feeling of like I like to roller skate, like being on skates is feeling like flying. But yeah, I think that like weightlessness and like true freedom and like,
it's not that easily found like in other parts of life. I don't know.
No, it's not. And to be able to feel the wind like all around.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. I'm obsessed with like mobility, like that is brought about by myself, I guess. I think I've like felt trapped a lot as a youth, or like not in control of where like my own body was situated in the world, I guess. So I don't know, not to get too deep about that, but like
I kind of want you to get deep if you want to. If you don't want to, we can keep going.
No, we can. I swear I like wrote a poem about it once, like when I got a car for the first time.
And like, that freedom of not having to like check
it's
in.
Wild. Like it's like maybe something that everyone goes through in some way, shape, or form, hopefully. Like but I don't know, I'm still feeling the effects of it. Like I don't know, because I didn't get a car or a license until I was like 18, so I was like seeing everybody around me. Yeah, I was like seeing everybody around me have like the freedom to go wherever, whenever. But yeah, I don't know, I just think it's a really valuable capability to be able to like leave a situation you don't want to be in, or to be able to
just like go for a drive if you want to not be where you are.
To like,
or to see something new.
Yeah, I do it whenever I need like a mood correction. It's like to be able to not really have the burden of like existing in a certain space, and you can just be in some like in between. That's part of the flying feeling, I guess. It's like grounding in a way, but you're not like settled.
Like being in control of where you're going.
Yeah.
And not having to be like in one place or the other.
Yeah. I'm obsessed with that. Everything. Okay, not everything is about like control over myself, but I think that's fair. Yeah, I think it's a big battle for me, like finding autonomy and stuff. But yeah, I don't know, just seeing everything that I'm like able to do with like being on a skateboard or whatever, or like even driving. I'd be whipping that thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's a good feeling.
I think that's a good feeling. And I think like thinking about, I will never know exactly what you mean when you say you like talking about this feeling, but thinking about being in control of like the where you're going and like the how you're going instead of like the destination of that thing is big, because it's like you get to be in control of this form of change in your life, which is like change is inevitable, and oftentimes we don't have a say at all.
It's a mess.
It is a mess.
Yeah, I think growing up, like, I don't know if like someone has always been in control of my fate, or if like that's just like the mindset that I had, but I think like something switched like fairly recently, where I'm like, okay, like things don't have to just happen to me, like I do have some sense of control over that if I decide. I don't know. And that was crazy to me. Nobody ever told me that stuff. But I think I get like why I get why my parents like instilled that in me, maybe because of like whatever like financial circumstance or like life circumstance, like they didn't always have control, and so like you make do with what you got. But I'm like, maybe I can make do with what I don't have yet.
And just go on a little in a prayer.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. But
yeah, I'm trying to be more brave about that too, I think, because I mean, and I don't know if this is exactly what you're thinking, but for lots of people, like as a kid you don't have control because you have parents. Like as Black people you don't have control because like we were not even seen as people for a long time, and like aren't always aren't always treated as people. As women you don't have control because like but yeah, even if, and sometimes I feel like there's that question of like, well, is there real free will? But like the illusion of free will is just as important as like actually having control. And I think now like we have more control than people had for a long time.
That's very true. I love a good illusion. Even if, like, I'm so serious. I think, I don't know, if a certain like amount of delusion or like letting yourself like not get disillusioned is like very hard the older you get, whatever new spaces you step into. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know, I think I like I let myself stay deluded about some things like on purpose to maintain that like that sense of control, I guess.
Well, but for as much of like it can become jaded and feel like, oh, maybe we don't have as much control. Like I do genuinely think in the present day the average person has more control of our lives than like that's people ever have before, and that's so cool and wild, and like we're at the front of an opportunity that literally we cannot even fathom. Which is cool, and it takes bravery, like going into a bowl and on a skateboard.
Dropping in. Oh,
is that what you call it?
I think so.
That sounds very official. I believe you.
There's so many terms. I had to pretend like I knew what was going on.
You know what? You could say you know what's going on, and I would be like, yeah, right on, Bre.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, so you drove down here So we're doing this in Columbus, and Bre came from Cleveland, my hometown and hers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but so tell me, like, about that drive. You like driving, like, does it feel different coming back to the place where you went to school, where you left, where you're even leaving the Midwest soon, like?
Dang, I guess so. I love taking the drive, like, it always...
The drive here to Columbus?
Yeah, it's like
a straight shot.
Yeah, everybody always says that. It's a straight shot.
And in the summer, it's really
hours.
pretty.
Yeah, very pretty. And, like, it's just enough time to, like...
Zone out.
Yeah, to zone out and then zone back in and not be fatigued. But, yeah, it is weird because... I don't know. I'm jumping between, like, my childhood home and then my, like... Also, I spent, like, formative years here in Columbus.
College is super formative.
Yeah. I'm a real adult out here, and people started
Very
treating me
change.
like it.
Yeah.
Like, that's embarrassing. But, no, it feels weird to have, like, left Columbus recently was, like, also a big deal, as big of a deal as, like, moving out here for college. Like,
when did you leave?
Last August, I want to say.
I didn't realize you were in Columbus that long.
Yeah. I stayed a couple years after college. But yeah, I knew I wanted to do something. I just wanted to do something that felt like a big deal to me by, like, moving across country, which hopefully I'll do eventually.
You will do.
And absolutely. And then I'll come back if I hate it. But I think there'll be a lot to love. And so making that drive every time is, like, I don't know. I love, like, putting things into perspective by being, like, on the outside of them, which is such, like, a basic concept. But
no, I don't think it's basic at all.
Okay, fair. But yeah, it really helps me to, like, what am I trying to say? Like, simplify and, like, combine all my experiences into one and, like, help me know what I'm feeling. Because, like, if I don't intentionally, like, make a voice note or write down what I'm feeling, like, I'll forget it. Like, I get swayed kind of quickly about how I feel about a certain thing. So I think I feel great about Cleveland. I feel great about Columbus.
Oh, it's good that you're feeling great.
Yeah. I think I've gained a lot of experiences here, and, like, the connections I made, the stuff I've learned about myself is, like, wild. Like, I feel like I learned a ton more about myself here than I did back home. Now I'm just learning about, like, my roots and everything, and my family, and, like, where my tendencies come from. And it's weird, and I don't like it.
Wait, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So when you say you learned more about yourself here than you did back home, do you mean, like, when you were younger, or, like, now in your cumulative experience of, like, now and then?
Like, I learned more about myself here, like, as, like, a college person, adult person, or whatever. But, like, growing up, I feel like something that I always said, like, a couple years ago was, like, I've never had a self before, because I don't think that, like, yeah, that's how serious the whole lack of autonomy thing was, because, like, yeah, I don't think I ever, like, felt concrete about, like, any dream, or, like I like I had, like, specific goals or anything. I think I was just, like, going along with what I thought I needed to,
Like, checking off boxes.
Yeah. And, like, you know, I think a lot of people go through it. A lot of, like, college graduates go through it where they're like,
I did all this, and what do I do?
Yeah, you're like, everything has been, like, a certain step-by-step, like, standard process up until now.
And then you're given all these choices, which is, like,
I've never had to make a single decision in my life.
Right, a type of hell, yeah.
Like, I have, but, yeah. Ooh, I forgot what I was talking about.
I was mainly just talking about, like, do you feel like you found more of yourself in Columbus, like,
Definitely.
As opposed to all of your time in Cleveland, or just like as a younger person?
Yeah, I think my time in Columbus I found myself a lot more than in Cleveland. And that's no shade to like my family. Yeah. It's just that like being like forced to be on my own and like forced to like really sit with myself and not have anyone like telling me who I had to be or like telling me what I had to do in my day-to-day life, because like I'm the youngest of 5, so like everyone's been around the block before me, and I have like so many people in my ear. And
your parents had a set plan for how raising you.
And I was the last chance for greatness or whatever, which is not true. Like all my siblings can do their own thing, but yeah, I think that took its toll on me, and then suddenly, not that isn't still happening to this day, but but like there was some separation from that pressure, and like I think I was really able to, I don't know, at least take like 1 or 2 days out of the week to like figure out like desires that I had, like things that I didn't just fall into, because like I'm the type of person that will like fall into something and then stay with it until it like naturally ends or until I get kicked out. Like I don't think I decide to leave things. I don't know what it is, like if I have like too much loyalty or like if I feel bad like ending things for like quote unquote no good reason. But yeah, I think I've been more bold.
Well, I mean, wanting to move to California is super cool.
Yeah, I was like, this will be cool. Like this will, not that it will look cool, but.
Do you have any hopes for like what your evolution will look like when you go out there?
Whoa. I'm definitely gonna be in a band.
Yes, more like bands.
Yeah, I just love performing. Like, I don't think I've ever been able to conceptualize like what a career in music would be like as like a main income, and I think maybe I've made peace with that, and also that's less pressure to like churn out something that will be universally liked, which I think is a good thing, because now I can like
do what you want.
Yeah, like the creative energy is very much so flowing. But yeah, I think I want to be in a band on the side after work, join like a little women's basketball league, learn to surf.
I didn't know you played basketball.
Oh yeah, that's my main sport.
That's your original thing?
Yeah.
Bre,
I have
like
so many original things
about you. Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, there's so many like hobbies and stuff that I enjoy that I feel like that's a blessing, because not everybody like has a million outlets. I feel like
you come out of every different bag.
Yeah. I have so many. But yeah, no, basketball is my baby. I was a state contender.
Sorry. Oh, very nice.
Yeah,
no, drop that.
I always love to talk about the glory days. But yeah, I'll join a basketball league, learn to surf, have my little job.
Surfing will be very fun. Are you a good swimmer?
No. I just learned how to swim last year.
Oh no! Okay, surfing seems so dangerous to me. Like
I could not go underwater because I must have had some type of like trauma.
Yeah.
Like, what was it? I'm like trying to pinpoint it.
Well, were you in swimming classes as a small kid?
I don't think so. I think it was just like I was the 5th kid, and like by the time it got to me, they're like
they were tired.
They were so tired. They did enough. I think they tried to teach me, but like, yeah, I think I like fell off a water slide in a lake one time. No one was around. I was like, forget this. I'm over water.
Oh no.
But like, yeah, that was one of the things I told myself I was gonna learn last summer.
Well, and you did it.
Yeah, I used to hate roller coasters, and last summer I was like, I'm riding every ride in the park.
Did you go see the point?
Yeah.
It's the best, but not the best if you don't love roller coasters.
Yeah, I decided I would go with people who I knew would like
force you to be on
they
there.
would bully me into being on it. They would do whatever they had to do. And it worked.
Willfully hanging with bullies?
Yeah. Yeah, what can I say?
Adventurous.
Yup. But yeah, that's future Bre. Pretty much the same as what I'm doing now. Like, I know I could do all that stuff wherever I am in the world, hopefully.
No, maybe not surfing here.
Yeah, not surfing, but everything else. I just want to be in the sun for a little bit. I think it's
I don't know
good
if
for
San
me.
Francisco gets a lot of sun. Do they?
They do. They get 100 more days than we do.
Oh, really? Oh, you've already checked.
Yeah. It's not, it doesn't get very hot and it doesn't get very cold. So I'm like, maybe that's
nice.
That's not the move. But like, it's like between like 40 and like 60 something. I could be wrong. But
what about their summers?
The highest it would go is like 70 something. So
oh, really?
I'm like,
you like hot summers?
I need to be hot a couple of days so I can.
So you can appreciate everything else.
Yeah, so I can get all my fits in. But yep, that's me.
I've learned so much about you already. I feel like I'm also a listener right now because I'm meeting Bre again.
Yeah, I forget a lot of stuff about myself.
I feel like maybe there's just so much that you can't possibly fit it all into one conversation.
Yeah, I'm not the type to like remember stuff until someone like asks me a question. I don't think anything is at the top of my brain. I was saying this earlier to a friend. Like, not that there's nothing there, but like
I don't think there's nothing there.
There's this whole like rich library of experiences that I have that I can pull from, but like
you don't pull
somebody's
from it
got to prompt it. Yeah. But yeah, that's part of like, I don't know. I think I felt like it was like a hole in my abilities. Like whenever people ask me like what my favorite movie is or like favorite artist, I'm like, what are you saying? Like, why would you ask me that? I don't know. Like, I've listened to thousands of songs like within like the past week. I don't know.
But now that you said those two things, I do want to ask.
No.
You just said.
Okay, fine.
You pulled it up, so I was like, oh, okay, she'll have some answer.
Yeah, because I've like had to write it in my notes app for people to recall. Favorite movie?
Yeah, you don't have to do one if you have like a couple. I never have one. So.
Yeah, I have a few.
Okay, tell me.
The most like impactful one, or like the one that I remember right away, is like Moonlight.
Moonlight is like one of my favorite movies of all time.
Good.
I saw it 3 or 4 times in theaters when it came out.
Yeah, I think I saw it a couple. I think any movie that I've written about for like a film studies class is gonna be up there because I've like spent time analyzing it and like.
Tell me what you loved about Moonlight.
I don't know, like anything that can make me feel that deeply and like I can relate to it, and it like, I don't know, it's just, I don't think it was a topic, like a topic that I had been exposed to like in media before, like like the specific nuances of like
a queer coming of age story that's not just like some suburban white boy who finds out he's gay and everybody's like, yay!
Simon. I'm always talking about comparing everything to Love, Simon.
No, because seriously, that is like the archetype.
That's what people think. But yeah, and I don't know. I just love when stuff tackles like
so many
Black
things
masculinity and stuff like. It hit.
Well, okay, and so I hope this is not going to offend anybody, but I went through like a very brief period in middle school where I was like, am I genderqueer? And I always came to the assumption that no, I'm not. And I don't know, like I think Moonlight is just a great queer coming of age story for everyone. But there are times when I find stories about Black masculinity that I just identify so heavily with, and Moonlight was like one of those stories for me. And it's not just queer Black masculinity stories. Like I think it's anything where Black men are challenged to like really confront like vulnerability in their emotion, because I feel like I wasn't given that space, but I didn't have that space
for
a lot
sure
in my childhood. Yeah, and so like that to me was like the craziest and most impactful thing, because it was a heavy movie, but it wasn't depressing, and it didn't make me feel like dejected about life.
And it was gorgeous. Like it was
beautiful, and it
movie.
like it still let you appreciate like life and love, even though it was hard.
Like they got a lot of things right. And I think to like I echo that sentiment of like not being afforded the time or space to like feel your emotions. Like it was always like, stop crying, like literally word for word, man up. And I was I remember I was like crying in the back seat of the car. He was like, man up, and I was like,
I'm a little girl. Yeah.
I was like, I'm a girl, I think. But yeah, like that, it resonated. So yeah, Moonlight is a big one.
Yeah.
Ugh, I'm about to go watch it.
Well, okay, so just like as another brief aside, but like the whole man up comment, like my mom would do stuff like that to me. Like,
man, not every man you know is even that tough. So
you're not that tough.
Yeah. I'm like, leave me alone. Why don't you ask me what's wrong? Like, that's me nowadays, knowing that like crying has a reason, and maybe we should investigate it and like try to comfort people or get to the bottom of it.
Well, that's one of the freedoms that we get today too. Like I feel like people are so much more emotionally intelligent than they like,
thank God,
than life allowed them to be in the past. Yeah, and thank God. Yeah. Wow. Okay, so Moonlight was a great. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot about Moonlight, but I'm so happy you said that.
Never forget about Moonlight.
No, literally never forget. I'm gonna go home and watch it tonight.
Yup.
Okay, so what about an artist?
Okay, I'm thinking
any type.
Musician.
Okay, musician. We're gonna go there. You are allowed to say yourself. Oh.
I can say like who I'm inspired by right now.
Please.
I guess. I'm thinking a bit of Tierra Whack, if you're
I love Tierra Whack. But it took me a while to get on the bandwagon.
Okay. I don't like fully know everything about her, but I think just like the campy way that she dresses, and like I don't think she has like a lot of, not boundaries, but like I don't know, she's not boxed into like a certain song structure, or like she can sing, like speak, rap, like all of that stuff. I think I'd like to be able to just do whatever and have no conventions and like genre bend all over the place. So yeah.
Well, and I feel like now is also a time where lots of artists don't have a particular genre, or like you can't define their genre. Yeah. But I feel like she pushes that even further with like the way her music is literally all over the place.
The clearing of the
music. Yeah, literally.
Industry.
And it all sounds good.
Yeah.
Which is phenomenal.
Yeah, I think that's hopefully as I get more into like finishing songs. Like,
but you may never have to finish a song. Like we might be approaching a space where it's like you can, I don't know if you would want to do this, but you can put something out half finished and people will be like, yeah, that's my fucking jam.
That's what I'm about to do.
Please, we want to hear your stuff. Yes, I believe you.
Yeah. So, yeah, hopefully my goal is to, I don't know, not have any like conventional song structures, and like really let things be like the most genuine way to express whatever feeling I was feeling when I like wrote something, because I think that's part of so many reasons why like I haven't put stuff out, is that like I'm like, oh, this song isn't 3 minutes and 30 seconds, or like
no one cares.
Yeah, this song doesn't have this.
Tierra Whack literally like
that
a minute,
like,
a
minute each. I'm like,
which was infuriating because I wanted more.
She cut herself off. Like on some songs, I'm like, dang, I could do that.
Yes,
that's absurd. Like I'm down. But yeah, so I think I'll just put out whatever and like hope it resonates with people, and if it doesn't,
I think
resonated with me.
Yeah, but that's the most important part.
And I love that that's who I'm making it for.
Yes.
But people seem to like some of the stuff, so.
I love that you are who you're making it for too. But
art. Oh, sorry.
No, yeah. Except a rug for me.
Oh, yes, of course.
Which we'll talk about. But so I'm kind of intrigued by like how do you get rid of like the conventions of a song like in the ways that you want, or if you feel comfortable talking about that.
I think it's like a very, very intentional thing that I've like newly picked up, because I think like, I don't know, I think I've battled like debilitating anxiety and stuff, and like I feel like now I'm sort of coming out of that, and like one of the effects of that was just to like listen to whatever anyone was telling me, I guess. And so like when I'm making music, I have a lot of like collaborators usually, like either like my brother or like friends who like play instruments I need for the songs, and like they're gonna have an input, right? Because like it's partially their work as well, and they want it to be good. But I think intentionally
telling them no, it's mine. Yeah.
Which is a wild concept for me. Like I'm not confrontational, but I think getting rid of the conventions just involves like affirming that what I have to say like has meaning, if only like to me. I think like I can just literally just make a song like one verse like repeating itself over and over, like add in some extra guitar or not, like I don't know. I don't think it's a complex process. I think it's just like I talk to myself a lot, so I'm just like,
no.
Hey Bre, like literally nothing matters. That's like my top phrase of the year is like, Bre, literally nothing matters. Every time I like get off the phone with like a stressful call, like nothing matters, and then that's where the heat comes from. That's where the
ultimate fuck
from.
you.
Yeah.
Or not fuck you. I don't know who she's talking about, so you know.
Sometimes.
I'm just like, sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes it is like that. But yeah, I wish there were more of a process, but it's really just like with anything I make, like, I don't call it perfectionism or whatever, but like it's just like an intuitive thing where I'm like, I'm satisfied with this, and like I do get to the point of being satisfied with like my work, I promise. But yeah, I just have to like stare at the words or listen to the song until I'm like, this is all right. Or like listen to it in the car, listen to it in headphones or whatever. Yeah, I don't really know. Sometimes I'll know that it's okay if I like if I like hear a different artist's music like doing away with the same conventions that I decided to like get rid of, and I'm like, wait a minute, I was onto something. Like that external validation sometimes helps, but
it's important when taking risk. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. And I feel like, I don't know if this has always been a thing, or if it's like because everyone right now, especially with like the fake self-help, self-empowerment, like grind culture online. But it's like, fuck everybody else. I do what I want and make your bag. Like, don't care about anyone's opinion. But like, no, we all care about people's opinions because we're social creatures. We have to engage with other human beings. Like, that's where we get our conventions from, our norms, our traditions, our thoughts, whatever it is. So like, yeah, I think it's like something that I myself as an artist have to lean more into, like being like, oh, actually maybe sometimes it's a good thing that I see somebody else doing what I'm doing too, so that like I don't have to feel like I'm going crazy and like I have to put up a front of it's being hard. Confident, but like I actually feel confident.
I don't want to like, I don't know, gaslight myself or like have the wrong idea about I don't know, like how much success I'm having, or how much like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I guess. But I don't know. I think it's going pretty well.
Yeah. Well, I was also going to ask, have you listened to Solange's When I Get Home?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, okay, I was like, everybody's listening. But I feel like, I didn't study music.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was years
we
ago,
were
no.
in the dorms.
Well, but I was going to say, I feel like she's one, too, who, she changed a lot of the, I don't know if I want to say change, but she did a lot of, like, very adventurous things on that album.
She changed the game.
Yeah, she did, and, like, oh, yeah, and it was, like, there were parts where it was very meditative. There were parts where it felt very experimental, but it still flowed. It still felt cohesive. Exactly. It still like was something you could move to. And it felt like really good music that was not like things that you were hearing. Which was like super cool. So I guess sometimes the like not doing something anybody else is doing is also good, but like that myth that you have to always be doing something that nobody else is doing, that's like not real. That's not real.
That stalled me for like a while. I was like, oh, there's somebody else already telling my story. Oh my gosh.
That doesn't mean it's any less valuable. Yeah.
No one could like
tell your story
exactly in the way that I do. And like, I don't know. I still haven't found someone who like expresses themselves in exactly the same way that I do, like through words or like mannerisms or like whatever, you know?
And you won't, because you are uniquely you.
And that's wild.
It is. But the other part is like people will resonate because they do align with certain things, and like that's good too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
Creating is so weird. Like feeling good about
weird.
creation.
Yeah. Most of the artists that I encounter, like, I don't know. I think they feel similarly about their work, like proud of it, like satisfied with stuff that they put out, but like there always might be that doubt without like the external validation or whatever, or even sometimes with it. But I'd like to think I don't need the validation, but I know that it's a great energy source. Like,
it is motivating to hear people be like, oh, I like your shit.
I'll
like
what?
Really? Yeah, I like it too though.
Yeah, I'll be like dancing a little bit to it, like after they say that. But yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, we're coming close to time. I really, really love this conversation, but I would love to hear anything you have that you want to leave with our viewers.
Order.
I know, and you were just talking about like recalling.
What the heck?
You can take a second if you want. We got a couple minutes.
Yeah. I don't know. Ooh, I had this poem. I had a poem about like the reasons that I create, or like the reasons that I write. I guess I could do that.
Yes, please.
Yeah, let me pull it up. Oh yeah. Let's see. Okay, here's my poem about why I write, that hopefully if anyone needs to feel like I do when I write, you'll recall these reasons. But I write in order to teach myself how my mind works, to journal my journey, to rationalize, to justify, to clarify, to cleanse, to regain sanity, to scream, to pour out the emptiness, to exploit my swells of emotion and compel them to shine. I write to simplify, to categorize while blurring the lines, to give voice to my tears, my heartaches, and my underserved desires. I write to release. So that's what I'll be doing.
No, and I love that line, to rationalize, to justify, to clarify, to cleanse, like all of that, truly. And it's powerful. Yeah, like you got to get it out. You got to make it known, and you got to like, even if the justification is only between you and whatever you stake your life on.
Yep.
Like, yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Do you want to tell us where we can find you?
I have a couple Instagram accounts. And then I think by the time you hear this, I'll have a couple things on Spotify under
Hell
the
yeah.
name, hopefully, under Brianna Nicole. My music Instagram is at Brianna Nicole Music, and then my Rugstagram is at breezy.makes. So yeah.
All right. Well, you heard it here. first that Brianna is going to be dropping some hot music, hopefully also on Tidal so I can listen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next month here on Figuring It Out. I hope you have an awesome Sunday. Sending lots of love and light. Bye.